water feature and so on. So this garden came about because I had an idea, and the idea was to base a garden around a poem about gardens. And when I actually came to look at the garden poems that I had loved when I was younger, I found that most of them were completely unsuitable because they were gardens of the mind. They were metaphorical gardens. They were sort of gardens that, you know, the poet was really not thinking about an actual garden. But when I thought about Coleridge, I realized that he had written this marvelous poem called This Lime Tree Bower, My Prison, which was about a real garden that he was sitting in the Quantocks, and that he felt trapped in, hence the title. And I thought what an interesting idea it would be to try to make a show garden around this confined space. It seemed to be ideal for an artisan garden to do this. And so the story of the poem is really that Coleridge had moved to this little garden and cottage, and he'd invited, because he was a very gregarious type, he'd invited all his friends, fellow poets like Wordsworth and the Southeys, down to come stay, and they were all planning to go on this massive walk together, big sort of nature ramble. But on the morning that they was to set off, he met with an accident, which was that his wife Sarah spilt a pan of boiling milk over his foot, and so he couldn't go. So he's sitting in the garden, laid up, feeling miserable, feeling very sorry for himself, and thinking about what his friends are doing, walking through the wilds of nature. But an extraordinary thing happens, which is that in the process of imagining what they're up to, he begins to realize that we're all connected, and that the very place that he was thinking of as such a prison is actually his opportunity to connect with nature. So in the process of thinking about all the things he can't do, he becomes reconciled to the place that he's actually in. And I think that's true for many of us in many situations. And the other thing I loved about the poem is that it's a real space that he's describing. It's not a garden of the mind. He's talking about real things, a real lime tree, real birds flying overhead. And so what I've tried to do is to incorporate elements from the poem and the colours of the poem and the movement of water and so on that are described in it into the garden that I've designed. So it's not a literal interpretation of where he was. It's an imaginative interpretation of those elements.